Hey, good Tuesday, folks. A lot of people don't know much about the Ohio Senate or even the Ohio House. Today, we're going to get into the Ohio Senate somewhat. I will not endorse a candidate by any means, but the Ohio Senate, they serve with 4-year terms, but they have 2-term limits. That means they only can run for 2 4-year terms, which equals 8 years. The Ohio House, now, they have 4 2-year terms. Um, so they run more frequently than the Senate will. But so often you'll see a state rep that will run to replace the senator when the senator's time is up, or the senator will go back to the House member and replace them as well, when their time's up. But in the Senate, you have a president of the Senate and a minority leader, which is like the president of the Democratic Party. At least in Ohio, the minority would be the Democrats. But the president of the Senate in Ohio is Larry Obhof, and the minority leader is a friend of mine, Kenny Yuko. The president of the Senate has not really been too much in favor of prison and parole reform. Kenny Yuko is very much so in support of it. I don't believe he's going to run for re-election, though. He's a good guy to have on board. Him and his wife was battling cancer, so if you could keep them in your prayers, that would be great. We got District 1, Rob McCauley. Rob McCauley is open-minded. He's fairly new to the Senate, but he's willing to listen. Teresa Gavarone, somewhat open-minded, but she's kind of strict on her beliefs, and I don't know how much she can be moved to support our cause. Tina Marath from District 3, I've heard good things about her, but I never met her, so she must be one of the new legislators in our Senate in Ohio. I think I might have ran into her one time, but that's about it. William Coley, he's a Republican. He's on his second term. He's from District 4. He has never really took much time with us on trying to make changes with the parole board or the DRC or prison reform by any chances. Now, he may have changed a little bit because this last year we did finally get in to see him. So he's a possibility. Stephen Huffman, I believe he sits on the the Judicial Committee, which our bill would have to go through first to be able to get even a bill number or get introduced in the Senate. District 6, Peggy Lehner from the Dayton area, Beaver Creek, I believe, or in that area. I never had any good conversations with her in the past. I know she's claiming to work on something regarding parole now, but we met with her several years ago and she was not interested in listening to us or talking to us, and she still won't. We try to talk to her to see maybe we could introduce our bill with hers and gain more and more support, but she has not really been open-minded or willing to discuss anything with us. We were asked to meet with her, but she just won't. Steve Wilson, he sits on the Judicial Committee, I believe. Open-minded. He's from District 7th. But he is somewhat open-minded. We met with him this past year. I believe he's on his first year in the Senate, so he's got one more term. Nathan Manning from District 13, he's a Republican, one that I think you can convince or persuade to support, a parole reform type act. I'm not sure if he would support everything that would be in it or not. District 14, one of the nicest senators that I've met over the years, he just came over from the House, is Terry Johnson. I would hope he would support it. So I only want the people that we know for sure is not going to support it out of office. And if we could register every ex-offender, everybody coming out of prison to vote, we will be heard. You're going to see in the next 5 years or so, you're going to see ex-felons sitting in the Senate, in the House, because more than half the population will be convicted felons. So come on, guys and women, let's put our vote to use. Let's start running for office. Herschel Craig, I've known him for some time. In my opinion, he's kind of wishy-washy. Senator Tavares was great. She supported our efforts. She was non-judgmental. I've left several messages for Herschel Craig and no response. So I think, I'm not sure if he's going to run for re-election. The rumors is that Senator Tavares will be running again, so we'll see. Stephanie Kunze, she's a Republican lady. I've gotten to talk to her several times. She's more in line with helping out police officers, I believe, and law enforcement, at least what I've seen. Bob Peterson is a farmer. I believe I'm not sure if he's from the Chillicothe area or not. I've met with him several times, very cordial, open-minded. He's a possibility to go in favor of change. These are some people that really need to be hit up with letters and phone calls. Even the ones that, I said they have not been very supportive in the past. Okay, Senator Eklund from Chardon, District 8th. He is the judicial chair for the Judicial Committee. He's an attorney. I think he's willing to back something, but not as strong as what we want. And I don't see any sense to try to get something passed, on whatever it may be, if it's not strong enough and actually going to do the job that needs to be done. Andrew Brenner, I've probably known him the longest from when his first year in the House. He's always been willing to meet with us. This is my own personal opinion. I do believe he could possibly support something that we need to get passed so people can get a fair hearing or people can get fair medical or anything to do with the prisons. I think he's open-minded and willing to listen. Tim Schaefer, I've known him for a while too. I'm not sure where he stands on any of the issues. He kind of talks, he won't directly answer anything when you meet with him. And he's from District 20. Now, that does not, remember, folks, I'm not telling you who to vote for and who not to vote for. I'm bringing to light on some people which way they could go just by having contact with them in the past. District 21 out of Cleveland, Ohio, Sandra Williams. I'm not sure because she has refused to meet with us anytime we try to set up an appointment. She won't even meet with her own people in her district. At least that's what I'm being told. So myself, I'm not supporting someone that refuses to meet with people because what are they hiding? They have an obligation to, especially their own district, to meet with the people. So just remember that when you set up appointments to meet with people, remember, they work for you. Your taxes pay their salaries. Okay, like I said, at the beginning. Kenny Yuko, I'm very much in favor. Personally, I am. The rumor is he's not running for re-election. Please keep Senator Yuko and his wife in prayers. They both are battling cancer. And he needs to relax. He's been in politics for a long time and has done a lot of good. Okay, District 26, Dave Burke. I remember when I talked to Dave Burke, it was probably 6 years ago, and it was when we were trying to get funding for the Horizon Initiative at Marion Correctional. This was before they went to some of the other camps. And I asked Senator Burke, I said, why don't you come through and walk through the Horizon Initiative? And he did, and he really enjoyed it. He talked to the guys. Same thing with Andrew Brennan. Andrew Brennan's been up to Marion talking to the guys as well. But Dave Burke went around the Horizon Initiative, talked to the inmates, talked to the staff. Sat in, I believe, some of their meetings that day. So he may be able to be convinced, and persuaded to support it. If any of these people want to save money, they will pass a law to get older law inmates out, and even new law inmates. You talk about 35 plus million per year, and the Republicans love to save money. So let's get these people out. Christine D. Rogner from District 27. I'm not sure if she's the one from the Palmer Heights area, but I've never met her. District 28, Vernon Sykes from the Akron area. I think he's in our corner. Okay, District 29, Kirk Schuring. I don't know on him. I think it's worth, the ones I'm not sure about, it's worth definitely trying to pound after them and keep going to see them, keep calling them, keep emailing them. Even the ones that we've never had any luck with before. They need to be hounded and letting them know this is what the people want. Jay Hottinger, I'm friends with Jay. He's from Newark, a Christian senator, very high with more moral values. I think he would be very open-minded. I don't think he's going to be soft on crime, and that's not what any of us are asking, is for anybody to be soft on crime. But we are asking them to be fair and to give these people fair hearings, proper medical, proper programming so that they can actually change their lives and come out and be productive and pay taxes and start their own businesses and work. Sean O'Brien, he sits on the Judicial Committee. I think he's the only Democratic senator that is a lawyer on that committee. Definitely, he's a good guy. District 33, Michael A. Ruley. I've heard of him, but know nothing about him. So he's a person that we need to really watch and see where he stands on the issues that are dear to our heart. So these, in the House, we'll do another one on the House someday. I'm running out of ink for my printer, so that doesn't really help. But let's do some positive things and let's make some changes. Yeah, and let's get the right people elected. Let's do a registration a couple of months to register people to vote. Go to apartment buildings, sit in the stores, get permission first. And let's register our young people. If we could get into the prisons maybe and register the young men and women upon their release, or maybe a couple days before they go home, call everybody in a room and register people to vote. We'll be doing what's right if we would start doing that. So I really think, I think we're on the right path. And we're going to need a lot more people that's going to be involved. That's why on February 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the United Methodist Church for All People, 946 Parsons Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, 43206. We are asking organizations, people, church people to join us for a meeting and a networking time to share what we all value, what's important to us. And let's see how we can work together. Okay, folks? And then this Saturday, Grove City Barbecue is a fundraiser. If you need one of our flyers, please email us at changewithus4sure@gmail.com. Thank you, everyone, and have yourself an awesome day.